Have you ever wondered how to transform your passion for healthcare into a thriving business? Today marks a pivotal moment as we announce our very first From Health to Wealth in-person seminar. This groundbreaking event is designed for those ready to navigate the journey from healthcare expertise to entrepreneurial success. Across the globe, professionals are leveraging their skills to build enterprises, generating wealth while making a tangible difference. If you're aiming to live globally and afford it, you're in the right place, and this may be a path forward for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insight into turning your vision into a flourishing reality. You might be asking, why host a healthcare webinar on wealth building through entrepreneurship? The sector offers unique opportunities for innovation, growth, and significant impact. Our seminar will cover key areas in medical staffing, home healthcare, adult daycare, marketing, and sales. You'll learn from the success stories of prominent operators who've mastered these models to build and grow their wealth. It's time for you to take your first steps towards entrepreneurship in healthcare itself. Now, those of you who watch on this channel know that I'm really into real estate, especially on a global level. And I wouldn't have gotten to that point in my life if it wasn't for the healthcare industry. You see, my mother started a nursing agency back in 1996, and I was there to assist her in growing that company. Eventually, we started a home healthcare agency, and I became the CEO and leader of that company, growing it to over $12 million in annual revenue. Today, I still own and operate home healthcare agencies, and we're on a mission to build out an even larger agency through acquisition. So what I do right now is that I buy home care agencies and medical staffing agencies to consolidate them, manage them under one umbrella so that we could get a much larger agency and eventually sell that off to a publicly traded company or another private equity firm. Growing up, my parents both worked in healthcare. My dad's a respiratory therapist, my mom is a nurse. And what I always saw was that they had consistency in work. They never got laid off. They never struggled for work. We always had health coverage, and it provided us with a pretty comfortable lifestyle. But making that jump into entrepreneurship taught me so much. At first, it was quite difficult. There were a lot of trials and tribulations with the company, but eventually we found our footing. And once we did, we were able to employ hundreds of people and really be a pillar in the community, whether it's the Haitian community or the Jamaica Queens community. We're able to help people find jobs, develop talent within our church, people who are now in college, moving on to getting their PhDs. It's been really life-shaping for me. And whenever I think about people who are going to college, I usually try to steer them in a direction of the STEMs for the most part, including healthcare, because going down the STEM path, the science, technology, engineering, and math, usually puts you in a position to find work when you leave college. I'm not really into the humanities just because, it's kind of hard to find work with those degrees, but I always push people down the healthcare path because it's worked for me. Now, as an entrepreneur and further into my career, I also see that is the next step for healthcare professionals who are looking to level up a little bit. A lot of people get burnt out by working the bedside or by having the limitations of their salary, and entrepreneurship is one of the ways that you can move away from the bedside while still having your foot in the industry that you know best. Everybody that is participating in this seminar comes from this world. They've either ran their own company or are a healthcare professional that made that jump the same way that I have. And they're all passionate about teaching others how to do it because they've had their own success and realized that if they had a mentor or a teacher to guide them early on in their careers, they would have taken it even further. Some of the guests are going to be people who are still operating their companies, while others have already exited their companies and are able to tell the story of what it was like to start and eventually secure a 7- and 8-figure exit. These are the people that you want to learn from. Diving deeper, we'll explore the fundamentals and core strategies for success in medical staffing, home healthcare, adult daycare, and teach techniques on how to market your business, establish contracts, recruit your workers, and how to sell your services. Each offers its unique pathway into the healthcare business with specific challenges and, of course, specific rewards. Whether you're new to the scene or looking to expand, understanding these areas is crucial. They're not just business opportunities, they're your chance to make a real difference in the healthcare industry according to your own value set. We started in the medical staffing space, which was really a nursing agency, focusing on bridging the staffing gaps that facilities have by going out there, recruiting nurses from the community, and kind of routing them to these facilities that were understaffed. The way that we made money was that we charged a higher rate to the facility, paid the nurses competitive salaries, and the difference above the cost to employ and what we were billing was our profit. We later kind of took the step into home healthcare, which is slightly different because that industry is very staffing dependent, but the objective is different. There, you're working directly with the patient to help them meet their goals or to assist them with activities of daily living. And that's where I learned about adult daycare, because home care and adult daycare kind of work in tandem, where adult daycare is really meant to focus on the social aspects, get people out of their homes back into the community so that they have those connections in the real world. Home healthcare, on the other hand, takes place in the home of the patients. And at times that could be debilitating, especially if their entire world is at home. We're social animals, and having that social dimension makes adult daycare attractive. I learned about adult daycare by partnering with adult daycares as we went into the community to educate the public as to what their benefits were and how they could take advantage of us as a home care agency and the adult daycare to meet their social needs. So for some people who don't really want to distance themselves from the public, adult daycare is a good option. So what I've seen is that a lot of people who come to my consulting company, Passive Workforce, will ask about one of these 4 industries as their pathway into getting into healthcare entrepreneurship. And for that reason, we're going to have all of these people on our panel there to talk about their experiences and what makes each of these sectors rewarding and what their pathways have been. What have been their challenges? What have been their aha moments? Ultimately, you'll be able to walk away from this event learning something about our experiences that you can take into your own life and into your own business. If you're finding this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel and follow us for more tips on pursuing healthcare entrepreneurship and, of course, taking this business globally. Our From Health to Wealth seminar will provide all the details on how to launch your dream company in the healthcare sector. You'll gain insight into essential strategies, practical tips, and real-world advice from those who've been in your shoes. This is your opportunity to meet and network with fellow entrepreneurs and experts who are eager to share their journey. There's no reason for this information to be like a secret. A lot of people in the industry, especially when I was coming up, would kind of guard all these secrets as if it was taboo, or if you spilled the beans, somehow you're adding more competition to the landscape. And even though that is true, there is a growing need for healthcare providers, and no one agency can satisfy that entire need. The largest home care agencies, for example, only have 2% of the entire home healthcare industry. I'm talking about large publicly traded companies. That means that 98% of the industry is still owned by everyday people like you and me. So the idea that operators need to kind of hold on to all the secrets is kind of absurd. Of course, there's certain things that you're not going to want to share because it's going to potentially cut into your business. But the general thesis on how to run one of these businesses could totally be shared and could help you get along the way a lot faster. I'll just give you another personal example. When we were starting our home care agency, we created like a Frankenstein policy and procedures manual. We were borrowing policies from nursing homes, hospitals. We were borrowing policies and actually ripping them off from other home care agencies that my mother worked at and retyping everything. And that policy and procedure manual got rejected multiple times. It took us 4 years to get licensed by New York State because of how many times that our application got kicked back for issues. There's no reason to have to experience that today. That was a 4-year delay. It taught us a lot about policy writing, but what it did do was slow us down in getting into an industry that was growing. The benefit of these sort of seminars and these gatherings of minds really cuts back and cuts down on the time that it'll take you to go from your idea to launching your business. And ultimately, like I said, this is the stuff that powers the things that I really am passionate about. I'm really passionate about aviation, passionate about living and traveling throughout the world, and it wouldn't be possible if I didn't have this income stream that was being generated by the businesses that I've put so much into. You need to have some form of passive income or stable income if you're going to pursue some sort of global life or whatever life outside of work that you want. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody, but for those who are willing to get compensated for the effort that they're putting into their own thing, I think it's probably the best way for you to achieve your independence financially and to achieve your independence from a system that feels somewhat incomplete. Transforming your healthcare passion into a successful business is more than a dream. It's a life-shaping experience that we can tackle together. Register today by using the link that I've included down below, and you'll be able to get access and learn more about our From Health to Wealth seminar and put yourself on a path to building your dream company. This is your chance to turn your aspirations into action. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. It's up to you to create them. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I can't wait to see you on the other side of entrepreneurship.